Good morning. I hope all of you are doing well. I am sitting here working on a tincture, and I thought I would just share the information. I started this tincture a few days ago. You can kind of see it. It looks pretty dang dark in there, doesn't it? So I started it a few days ago. This tincture is going to be used for something very different. I probably won't be using it internally, but I'm going to explain what I'm using it for now. So this is a clove tincture. I am basically making a mouthwash. And I already put the cloves in it a few days ago, but I wanted to add some ingredients to it, just for dental health, things that I've used for years that have always helped me. And so I just thought I would share it, even though I had already started the clove part of the tincture a few days ago, which is already super dark. Clove throughout history obviously has been, there's a lot of common knowledge about what clove does for dental health. You can use clove oil to help numb. If you have a toothache, it also has antibacterial properties and things like that to help with infection and things like that. So clove is awesome. And used widely for dental health. And technically, I could use clove oil for this. I do have clove oil for, emergency use for certain things, especially dental health. But I like making a tincture so I can use it as a mouthwash because it preserves it for a very long time. I could make a tea and use it as a mouthwash if I wanted to. However, again, I have other things I'm extracting as well. And I'll only be using a few drops. It's not like this is going to be used as a straight mouthwash. So, what I would do when I'm done with this, and I'll show you what my other ingredients are here in a minute, or I'll talk about one of them. One of them I'm putting in later down the road. And I'll explain that one to you. So what I'll do with this is, once it's done brewing, I'll just put a few drops in some water or some salt water and use that as a mouthwash instead of having to brew a tea every time. It's also extracting all the medicinal properties I'm wanting instead of using the oil. The oil itself can be quite potent if you're trying to use it as a mouthwash, because the oil is going to stick to your skin. And so your whole mouth could go numb, which isn't really struggling with some dental things. But if you're wanting a gentle cleansing that still is potent and powerful, this is the way I like to do it. And you can use this every day if you want, or you can just use it for, a couple times a week. But I'll continue discussing it as I show you my other ingredients. Let me show you here. This here, that one's a little bit light. This here is commonly used for incense making. It smells just beautiful. I love it. One of my favorite things ever to use in incense making, but people overlook its medicinal properties. This is myrrh resin. Myrrh is amazing for dental health. It is very antiseptic. It is antibiotic. Is anti-cancer. Anti-inflammatory. It is a very, very powerful healer. And I have used myrrh for years in dental health, mouthwash. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just breaking up little pieces of it and adding it into here. Could I make a myrrh and clove tea? I probably could. Myrrh itself, though, extracts very, very nicely through alcohol. And so this is part of why I'm making a tincture. It will last for years. This little teeny bit right here, this isn't much. I know you guys are probably looking at me like, what the hell? That's not a whole lot. It's not much. But this tincture itself will last for years, and I'm only using a few drops at a time in water, again, for dental health. So, amazing healers. I love myrrh. And people just overlook its medicinal properties on a regular basis. It's just widely known for its incense, its spiritual properties, its, you know, what it does that way, but it's not looked at medicinally. So I absolutely love myrrh. It is just amazing for healing. You could do this the easy way, unlike what I'm doing, and do a pestle and mortar and just smash it a little bit to get it into your tincture. I do like using my hands. I feel like I connect with what I'm doing a little more. I connect with the plant or the resin, or, you know, I feel like I connect with the spirit of that a little more. Making medicine if I use my hands. And so I like to try to use my hands as best as possible. And obviously I will be using some of this for incense, so what doesn't break off with my fingers, I'm not going to be real disappointed about. So, the other amazing ingredient I'm going to be using is a little bit controversial, because it's said to not take it internally. It is comfrey. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be taking this internally, okay? But comfrey, also known as bone knit, is amazing for bone health. It was used it's a cell regenerator. It regenerates cells beautifully, and it was used in battle and for big bone injuries and things like that. It has been used for centuries by our ancestors. And they would take the comfrey leaves and they would wrap it around, you know, say they broke something, they would wrap it around that and keep it there, and it would help knit those bones back together. Obviously after setting it, because you don't want to knit the bones back together when it's not set. So they would set the bone and they would put it on there, and it would help knit those bones together. The thing with comfrey is it is very much a rapid, it gives the cell regeneration very, very rapidly. So it was used in wound care and is still used in wound care today. However, if you have a very deep open wound, it's not going to be in your best interest to use comfrey for that, because it can start healing up that wound so quickly when the inside of it is not healed, and it can create an abscess in there. So you just have to be careful when using comfrey. It is also said to not use comfrey internally due to possible liver damage. I'm going to leave that up to your studies to discover whether that's detouring you or not, but I'm not using this internally. Again, I'm not taking it and swallowing it. I personally have used comfrey for years internally, and I've never had any adverse effects. But that's a whole other video, and I'm going to recommend that you do your research before you decide to use comfrey at all. But it is really, really amazing for bone health and cell regeneration. And so, since you're not swallowing it and you're putting it in a mouthwash, those extracts from that plant would very much help with dental health as well as help prevent infection and things like that. So, this is what I'm doing today. It's a super quick one. I hope that I'm having trouble breaking this one a little bit. It's okay. That one will go for incense. I hope you find this video informative. And I hope that you research more things that are out of the ordinary, like myrrh. Because I have used myrrh for dental health for so long. And it's really, really helped me in a lot of situations. I hope you guys have an amazing day.